Students of higher secondary level, hopefully you are doing well. I am Siddhartha Shankar, an assistant professor in English in Government Horoganga College, Munshiganj. This is the continuation of my previous lecture on transformation of sentences according to structure. Today I am going to discuss from rule number 13. So dear students, you please keep your eyes on the slide, and if you feel that you need a pause, you can have a pause and you can see what is written there. So here you see, dear students, rule number 13. In a simple sentence, the first one you see, a simple sentence may start with until, till, after, before, and after that there may be a gerund or a noun. So you students, you know what is a gerund. A gerund is basically a noun that originates from a verb, and we get a gerund by adding ing with a verb, and it functions basically as a noun. So here you, dear students, please note that here until, till, after and before acts as noun, preposition. Until, till, after and before acts as preposition, because after preposition we use one noun. So if you find the simple sentence in this structure, then we will use until, till, before or after as conjunction to connect two clauses. And to make compound sentence, we will use and or then, and then. So let's see some example. See, wait here until our arrival. So here you see our arrival is there, until our arrival. This is one simple sentence, and here until is there. So what should we do? We will make two clauses, and that two clauses will be added with the conjunction until. But in this simple sentence, until acts as preposition, because our arrival is here one noun phrase. So see the complex sentence. Wait here until we arrive. So the phrase our arrival has been turned into a clause by using one subject and finite verb. So here our, from our we got the subject we and then verb. From arrival we got the verb arrive. Now how to make it a compound sentence? You see, we will arrive and you have to wait till then. So you see, we will arrive and you have to wait till then. So according to the sequence of tense, you know that in a sentence, if there is we can use future tense and present tense, and we can make we can connect them with conjunctions. So the first part of the sentence you see is in future indefinite, and the second clause of the sentence is in present indefinite. So I will arrive and you have to wait till then. So this is about rule number 13, and dear students, you will go to your exercise book and you will practice more on this. Here you see another example. Wait here till raining. So raining is the gerund. Now it is the complex sentence. Till is there, so till will be here as a conjunction, and it here is a subject. So this complex sentence is wait here till it rains. and the compound sentence is it will rain and you have to or you will have to wait till then. So dear students, think over the examples and you try to understand. Now we will move to rule number 14. Here you see, in the simple sentence we may find adverb of time like during, in, at, or time like this. So in this case we will use when to connect two clauses to make it a complex sentence. In the complex sentence we will use when to connect two clauses. The first one you know is the independent clause or the principal clause, and the second one here is subordinate clause. And in the compound sentence we will use and. So let's go through some examples. You see, I was in Dhaka during winter. So here during actually refers to adverb of time. Now we will use when and we will make two clauses. So what is the answer? The complex sentence is I was in Dhaka when it was winter. So here you see the first clause is in past indefinite tense, therefore according to the sequence of tense the second one is also in past tense, and here it is in past indefinite tense. Now the compound is we will use and. It was winter and I was in Dhaka, or we can make it like this: I was in Dhaka and it was winter. Both are same. Now let's see rule number 15. Here you see, in the simple sentence we may find just after, immediately after, plus gerund or noun. So you students, you know what is gerund and what is noun. So in this case, to make it a complex sentence we will use as soon as, or no sooner had than, scarcely had when, or hardly had before or when. And in compound sentence we will use and immediately, at once. So let's go through some examples. You see, just after my coming here you can leave the place. Just after my coming here you can leave the place. So here you see the clause is the second part of the sentence. You can leave the place, this is a clause, and here you get the subject and principal verb, and therefore the first part should be turned into a clause to make it a complex sentence. And in this case we can use conjunction as soon as to connect these clauses. So see the answer, how to make it a complex sentence. As soon as I come here you can leave the place. So dear students, you should keep in mind that when we use as soon as, in this case the both clauses should be in same tense. If the principal clause is in present indefinite tense, the subordinate clause will also be in present indefinite tense. If the principal clause is in past tense or past indefinite tense, the subordinate clause will also be in past indefinite tense. So when we use as soon as, the both clauses should be in the same tense. So as soon as I came here you can leave the place. But if you use no sooner had, or scarcely had, or hardly had, in this case the part where you use no sooner had, that one is in past perfect tense, and after then or when or before you will use past indefinite tense. I think you know this rule well. So how to make it a compound sentence? You see, I will come and immediately you can leave the place, or let me come and immediately you can leave the place. So I will come and immediately you can leave the place. So here we see that the sequence of tense, the future indefinite and present indefinite. Understand? So let's go through another example. Immediately after my reaching home, they started working. So here you see, immediately after my reaching home, immediately is there, so we can use no sooner had than, or as soon as, or hardly had, uh, uh, scarcely had when, hardly had before, any of this. So how to make it a complex sentence? See, no sooner had I reached home than they started walking. They started walking, this part, the principal clause, has been kept as usual, but the first part has been turned into a clause using no sooner had than. Now see how to make it a compound sentence. And immediately or and at once we can use. I had reached home and at once they started working, or and immediately they started working. So dear students, this is about rule 15. Now let's discuss on rule 16. In rule 16 you see, in simple sentence we may find every and then there is a noun, every plus noun. What should we do? In this case we will start the complex sentence with there is no plus who or which or that, then we will use verb, and in the compound sentence we will use and. See the example, every man earns money. So how to make it a complex sentence? Every, in the place of every we will use there is no. So there is no man, then who, because here the antecedent is man, so there is no man who doesn't earn money. This is complex, and the compound sentence is every man needs money, and so he or she does, she earns. Here you can write that every man needs money and so they earns money. See another example, this is for you. Every mother loves her child. So follow the rule and example and you please try to do in your exercise book. Now let's discuss on rule 17. You see, here the simple sentence may start with an infinitive or a gerund. So you student, you know what is an infinitive. An infinitive is basically starts with to, and infinitive is basically to plus verb 1. To plus verb 1 is called an infinitive, and gerund is verb 1 plus ing that acts as a noun. When we will find that, in that case we will use that to connect two clauses. Here that will act as conjunction, and to make it a compound sentence we will use and. So here you see the first example, here you see there is one infinitive. I desire to go. To go is an infinitive. Now, to go, this portion will be made into a clause. How to do it? We will use that. I desire that. I desire that. Then I should go. I desire that. I should go, and I should go is that another clause, and the both clauses has been added with the conjunction that. And to make it a compound, we should make it compound sentence using and. So I should go and I feel the desire. I should go there and I feel the desire, or I have the desire. Now here you see there is one gerund. He is sure of passing. Now he is sure, this portion should be kept as usual, and then of passing, this portion will be turned into a clause using the conjunction that to make it a complex sentence. Now what is the complex sentence? He is sure that he will pass. So here students, actually this one is basically for your practice, and you student please note it in your exercise book, or you can comment the answer in the comment box. Now let's discuss on rule 18. So here you see the simple sentence may start like this: subject plus verb plus adjective plus noun. In this case, to make it a complex sentence, we will use one relative pronoun. So you know the relative pronouns are who is, what, or that. And to make it a compound sentence, we will use and. See, he lives in a new house. Here you see he is the subject, lives is the verb, new is the adjective, and noun is the house. So here we get the sentence according to the structure given above. Now how to make it a complex sentence? A new house is a phrase, so we will turn this phrase into a clause. How to turn it into a clause? Using relative pronoun. So he lives in a house which is new. So using the adjective we can make a new clause. Which is new? Here you see house is a non-living thing, therefore we have used which. And now how to make it a compound sentence? Using it is simple, using and. He lives in a house and it is new. I saw a blind man. So here you see I saw a man who is blind. This will be the answer. And dear students, that one was also for your practice, and you please write it down in the comment box. Now let's discuss on rule 19. Here you see the sentence may start with, the simple sentence may start with subject plus verb plus object. What should we do? We will use what is plus subject plus verb to make it a complex sentence. And in the compound sentence, it is or was and people or we. So let's go through some examples and it will be clear to you. Here you see subject plus verb plus object. Knowledge is power. Now how we will make it a complex sentence? We will write what is. So what is the complex sentence? What is knowledge is power. What is knowledge is power. And it is how to make it a complex sentence? It is knowledge, and we call it power or people call it power. It is knowledge and we call it power or people call it power. So it is plus people, it is or it was according to the tense, and then people or we will use like this. So it is knowledge and people call it power. Now see another example, health is wealth. So what is the complex sentence? What is health is wealth. Now what will be the compound sentence? It is health and people call it wealth, or it is health and we call it wealth. This is the compound sentence. Now discuss the last rule for today, that is rule number 20. In the beginning of a simple sentence we can find one noun or noun phrase. In this case, to make it a complex sentence, we will use one WH word. WH word, you know, who, what, which, when, where, why, how, or we can use that. And to make it a compound sentence, we will use and. So see some example. I know how to do it. How to do it here is the noun phrase. I know how. How is the WH word? How I have to do it. And using and, we can make it a compound sentence. It has to be done in a way, and now, and I know it. Or I know it. It has to be done in a way, and I know it. So therefore, students, this is all for today's discussion, and hopefully you please you try you do some exercises in your copy, and we will see you again in my next class. So until then, you stay fine. Goodbye.